Arsenal are still hopeful of closing a deal to sign Viktor Gyokeres this summer, but may have to change their plans surrounding his involvement in pre-season. The Swedish international has long been on the radar at the Emirates Stadium, but he appears to be the striker of choice for Andrea Berta. As talks for Viktor Gyokeres continue, there have been some challenges at Arsenal regarding a payment structure with Sporting CP. With that in mind, there could be a change for Mikel Arteta and his pre-season plans that he may not be best pleased with. Hit that like button if you love Premier League coverage. Pushpin subscribe now and join our growing community of passionate supporters from around the world. Speech Balloon, don't forget to drop a comment and share your thoughts. We love hearing from fellow fans. Viktor Gyokeres won't join Arsenal's pre-season tour if talks continue to stall. While Arsenal are still locked in talks to sign Viktor Gyokeres, there is a real threat that the deal will continue to drag on. If that happens, then the striker could get less time to prepare for the new season with the Gunners due to the pre-season tour. Arsenal's pre-season tour of Asia is now underway, and while the squad has been announced, new signings can be added to it. However, according to the Mirror, if the delay continues, then the club will consider keeping Gyokeres in London over the trip to Asia. Hit that like button if you love Premier League coverage. Pushpin subscribe now and join our growing community of passionate supporters from around the world. Speech Balloon, don't forget to drop a comment and share your thoughts. We love hearing from fellow fans. Manchester United's 2025 pre-season campaign is up and running after Saturday's Roses clash with Leeds in Stockholm. While the 0-0 scoreline may not have offered much in terms of a result, there is plenty else that United can take from the summer opener as we bid farewell to the Swedish capital and prepare to head to the United States for the next leg of our preparatory schedule. From minutes in the legs to the latest reminder of our incredible global support, keep reading for 5 of the plus points that stood out from the Scandinavian. Among the starters in the Swedish capital were summer recruits Matheus Cunha and Diego Leon, who looked like they enjoyed their maiden opportunity to take to the turf with their United teammates. Both players showed positive signs in their 45-minute cameos, and it almost goes without saying how important these pre-season matches will be for them to bed in and become more familiar with their new colleagues, club, and system of play. Cunha and Leon are now expected to be part of Amram's squad that heads to the United States, and that trip, like the one just gone, will also be a good opportunity for them to integrate off the field too. Improvement in the Premier League after last season's 15th-placed finish is a must for United this season, so playing 4 sides from English football's top flight before the proper term has kicked off is surely a positive for Amram's Reds. Leeds are back in the big time for 2025-26, having won the championship title under Daniel Farke in the previous campaign, and were the first of a quartet of tests that we've got this summer against teams elsewhere in the division. Duels with West Ham, Bournemouth and Everton are all to come in the United States, and while lineups, systems and tactics may differ from what we see come August's big kickoff, having the opportunity to get up to speed against clubs also priming themselves to compete in the best league in the world over the coming months is something that shouldn't be underestimated. Games in Norway, Oslo in 2023 and Trondheim in 2024, have set the tone for United's well-followed pre-season campaigns in recent years, and Scandinavia has certainly delivered once again over the last few days. Over 45,000 supporters were in attendance for Saturday's fixture at the Strawberry Arena, the majority adorning its seats in our striking red jerseys. Although it wasn't just at the match where the passionate backing for the club in this part of the world could be felt. The team hotel was lined with fans waiting to welcome players and staff on Friday and to wish good luck pre-match on Saturday, while hundreds attended special events organized by our brilliant Scandinavia Supporters Club. Across both days in the city. The game was United's first visit to Sweden since 2017, and we hope it won't be long before we're back again, as the summer schedule moves to the USA and another corner of the globe where the Reds are ardently adored. Elsewhere, Atletico Madrid making moves for Renato Vega as Chelsea set €40 million asking price, report. Renato Vega is among those expected to leave Chelsea this summer, despite our lack of cover at the left-back position. There's been a decent amount of interest in the 21-year-old so far, though none of them have progressed beyond just the speculative stage. Latest to try their luck are Atletico Madrid, who are apparently prepared to advance in talks after making direct contact with Klizia. That's according to Fabrizio Romano, who adds that the player is keen, but that Chelsea insist that it would take at least €40 million to make that happen. That's a pretty strong number, though not necessarily outlandish given Vega's successes for the Portugal national team as well as while on loan at Juventus in the second half of last season. It would represent significant profit on the €14 million we gave FC Basel just last summer and help balance the books for the next accounting period. In another camp, Liverpool reach outline of agreement with Frankfurt over Hugo Ekitike transfer. The outline of an agreement is in place between Liverpool and Eintracht Frankfurt for the proposed transfer of forward Hugo Ekitike. Work is still needed to formally get the deal done, and that is expected in the next day or so. If all add-ons within the impending move are realized, there is optimism at Frankfurt that it would represent a club record sale, surpassing the €95 million, £82.3 million, $110.5 million, achieved when Randal Kolo Muani switched to Paris Saint-Germain in 2023. The Athletic reported on Thursday that Liverpool were advancing in talks for Ekitike, with personal terms not expected to be an issue. Newcastle United previously saw a €75 million offer for Ekitike turned down, and after cooling their interest in the 23-year-old, began considering Brentford's Yoane Wissa as an alternative target. Liverpool had also contacted Newcastle over the potential signing of Alexander Isak, indicating their willingness to do a deal in the region of £120 million. The Anfield club have been prioritizing a striker this summer and, while sensitivities remain understandably high following the tragic death of Diogo Jota earlier this month, there is an awareness they need to make further additions after bringing in Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez. There may also be departures in Liverpool's forward line, with the club open to offers on Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz, having informed them of his desire to leave amid interest from Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Bryan Mbeumo transfer news. Brentford forward completes Man United medical ahead of £71 million move to Old Trafford. Bryan Mbeumo transfer news. Brentford forward completes Man United medical ahead of £71 million move to Old Trafford. Man United have admired Bryan Mbeumo for some time and feel he is a good fit for Ruben Amorim's system. United submitted an improved offer worth £71 million on Thursday. The forward has completed medical and should sign in time to join USA Tour, which departs on Tuesday. Marcus Rashford's move to Barcelona appears imminent, with the forward expected to land in the city soon to complete his move. Rashford will join Barcelona on a loan deal, with the Catalans having an option to make the deal permanent next summer for a figure of around €30 to €35 million. The Englishman is expected to become a key part of Barcelona's attacking setup, even though he might not necessarily be a starting choice. Which jersey number will Rashford wear? Nevertheless, a recent report from Mundo Deportivo has detailed 3 potential jersey numbers Rashford can inherit upon his arrival at Barcelona. The first option is the number 14 jersey, which is vacant following the departure of Pablo Torre, who joined Mallorca on a permanent deal. It's one of the most symbolic numbers at Barcelona, made legendary by Johan Cruyff and later worn by Thierry Henry, a player Rashford has openly admired. Another option is number 19, which carries personal significance for Rashford. It was his first official squad number at Manchester United during the 2016 to 2018 seasons. It was also worn by Lionel Messi in his early first-team days. This shirt became available recently after Lamine Yamal switched to the iconic number 10. Finally, Rashford also has the option of wearing the number 22 jersey, which represents Rashford's breakthrough on the international stage. He debuted for England wearing 22 and scored his first international goal against Australia, becoming one of the youngest ever to do so. Most recently, the number was worn at Barca by Ilkay Gundogan and before that by Rafinha.